All right, hello, my loves. Welcome. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Henry, and I welcome you into this divine, sacred space. Hello. Oh my gosh, bitch, I'm finally back in my original setup. I have been traveling once again for the past couple of weeks, and now for the holidays, I have returned home. And we have all the, OG tarot decks and oracle decks and the candles and crystals, and I'm just so fucking excited. Okay, so today we will find out what is going on in your love life during the year of 2023. Okay, I'm super hyped to get into this. As you may know, I don't normally do love readings because it's not really my niche, but I kind of also feel like to get more into them. So if you have like any more suggestions in regards to, like romance and love, pick a card readings, just let me know. I would love to do them because I know some of you guys have been craving them. Okay? And it's not like I'm not a hopeless romantic. It's just, it never really crosses my mind. So I'm really excited to do this today because it's so fucking different. But anyway, so you guys, I want you to choose one of the groups with your intuition, with your heart, with your gut feeling, blah, 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 right? So this is group one, this is group two, and this is group three. Please take as much time as you need choosing your group. And as always, the timestamps will be provided down below in the description box as well as in the comment section. And I cannot wait to welcome you at your selected group. Bye. Hello, group number one. Welcome to your reading. So let's find out what is going on in your love life during the year of 2023. Okay, so let's get right into this. We are starting off your reading with the card Yod Destiny. So I really hope I said that right. If I didn't, you can roast me in the comments, you guys. I really am not that like extremely deep in astrology. I only know the basics, so have mercy. But we got the Destiny card here, and then we also have the eighth house. Now, bitch, I know what this is. I know what that means, okay? For sure. Endings and beginnings. So, you guys, with this energy, first of all, two cards flew out for you guys. So you guys are already special snowflakes, okay? Because the other two groups only have one. So, consider yourself very, very fucking special. But I feel like with the eighth house, you guys, as of right now, you are going through a huge transformation when it comes to your relationship life. I feel like, especially this year, or if you're already watching this in 2023, with this year, I mean 2022, right? You have gone through endings, breakups, finding new friends or partners, and then ending that relationship with that person very suddenly. There's just been a lot of ups and downs. Up and down and up and down and up and down. And it's very hard for you to find your center, especially in your relationship life, because you're like, oh my gosh, everything feels so unstable. Why do I always attract people who I consider soulmates or soul family members, and at the end of the day, they just always leave my fucking life? Like, what the fuck is going on? What is it? I feel like this is the energy you guys have been going through, And you're like, damn, I've had about enough. Like, what is this? I see dead love, basically, and I just saw 222. I just see dead love, in your energetic fields. A love has basically, metaphorically speaking, died, you know? As you can see here, because we have a skeleton right here, and this looks to me like roses, so my intuition is like connecting it with love dying, basically. But what I want you guys to know, group number one, um, you, first of all, obviously, because you're amazing, you did nothing wrong. Um, Secondly, I want you guys to know that it needed to end because the love you so thought was, the one, or the person you so thought was the one, they were not the one for you. They served a great chapter in your life, that had to do with healing and experiencing love. Your soul wanted to experience this kind of like relationship in the past, and now we're not just talking about this year. This love could also like have been during the past 5 years or whatever. Point is, there is a love from your past that you have not really let go of yet, but you're currently in the process of finally releasing it, okay? And this person, they're not the one. And I know it's very hard for you to see, especially if you're going through a breakup and still healing your heart. It's very hard for us to see, for the ego to see that there are so many better options out there, first of all. And secondly, there are so many soul family members from us walking on the same planet as us at the same motherfucking time. You guys, listen to me. There are billions of people, and you are trying to tell me that this person from the past, that they're the one and nobody can ever replace them. Well, that is such a big fat lie. You want to know why? Because your brain, it doesn't really, or your heart. Let's cut the brain. Your heart, it doesn't really know that there are so many people out there, because you cannot really see them all at once, right? So your heart doesn't know there are billions and billions of people, and there's so many of them, at least like a couple of million, honestly, like if we really think about it, that are part of your soul family, that are the one, So start thinking more with your brain when it comes to love. Start thinking more logical, because as of right now, you're not thinking logical, honey, okay? You're like all over the place. You think that no one can ever replace the person from the past. Well, no, obviously, yes. Obviously, they can be replaced, Like, if my shoes are crap, I'm just gonna buy new ones, right? Same with love. If a new, if an old person doesn't match your energy and it just doesn't work out, you can just get a new one. You can just get a new hubby or wifey. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just being insane. But, it's very important for you guys to know that you have so many great options, but it all starts within you. I feel like you are really having trouble seeing the greatness of yourself and seeing the beauty of yourself. And also stop being so desperate, okay? Because I really am getting the sense that you might have been very desperate, especially in relationships. Do you guys think that being desperate comes off as attractive? No. What is attractive is a person who is so confident within themselves that they know that whatever comes, it might go, and that's okay, because it will be replaced by something better. That's an attractive energy you guys need to embody more. Don't think that, like writing down in your manifestation journal, oh my gosh, thank you, universe, I finally met my soulmate, blah, blah, blah. Don't think that, manifesting your soulmate or like manifesting the great love of your life is gonna be easy if you keep standing in your way, You can write all the manifestation scripts you want, but at the end of the day, if internally your inner child still thinks that they need an emotionally unavailable partner to thrive, because we must remember the inner child is very stupid, right? But this is a whole nother subject I will not get into. If we continuously think that we are not enough and that we have to chase, it just doesn't really add up, honey, okay? So make sure that while you're actively manifesting and writing down your dreams, if you're someone who does it, because, there are many people watching this, so I'm just assuming that some of you do that, just make sure to work on your mentality as well. You want to be able to receive unconditionally. You want to be able to stop the fucking chasing, honey, okay? Like, you are not a racing car, you are an embodiment of the divine. So why would you ever have to chase something? If something is meant for you, it will come to you. Now, that doesn't mean being completely passive, obviously, right? But it just means to stop the being so desperate, Like, I personally, and I really only learned this lesson this year, like truly, maybe in the past 3 years, I've known about this, but it really never hit me. But this year it hit me, and I really feel confident saying that whoever and whatever is not meant for me, I am fine letting it go because I know there's something better, especially when it comes to dating, you know? It's just what it is, you guys, okay? If someone leaves your life, there's something better in store for you. Now, let's get into your tarot card because that was a mouthful. So which deck are we choosing? Hold up, you guys, okay? Spirit, group number 1, what needs to be heard? What needs to be heard for group number 1's love life during the year of 2023? What needs to be heard? So, we have the 3 of Pentacles here. So this is giving me the energy of group work, of working with other people, a lot of social networking. You guys, let me tell you something. It is very important for you during the what the fuck? I'm so used to doing these monthly readings. It's just very unusual for me to do yearly readings because I'm like, where the fuck did the year go, But it is very important for you during the year of 2023 that you guys need to do more social networking. You guys need to put yourself out there. I don't care how introverted you are, it's gonna lead you to success. Sorry for the shaky camera. It is gonna lead you to success, okay? And I want you guys to be more, if you are in social media, Instagram, whatever, use it as a platform of authenticity and where you basically share what you want to share and not sugarcoating it, right? You guys need to be more authentic when it comes to showing the world your real you, right? And it's very hard to do that, especially in social media. I know for sure that, I'm a very private person and I love, photography. I love, posting pretty pictures, especially of all my travelings and all of that, of myself. Like, shit like that. I love doing it, right? If you want to follow me on social media, it's Cinnamon Henry, basically fucking everywhere, right? But you guys need to be more authentic, okay? If you want to share something, just fucking do it because people will be attracted to that, okay? Put your authentic ass out there and you will attract the right people. Now, since this is a love reading and we pulled the 3 of Pentacles, I feel like you might either meet somebody who's gonna play a big role in your love life during next year at work, okay? Because I'm sensing a lot of group work, a lot of people, right? Or you might meet them through like actual social networking, okay? So make sure you put yourself out there. And if you're not confident, you've heard me say it a billion times here on this channel, fake your confidence. Fake it till you make it, baby, okay? Very important, okay? When you enter a room, don't look at your phone. Keep your head up, take a look around, and then start walking with the greatest confidence because you're the greatest mother freaker ever, okay? So this is the energy you need to embody because this is going to be very attractive to people. Keep your head up and stop listen, you guys, stop looking at your phone in awkward situations. You know, this is right now what I'm always trying my best to do, right? When I'm in awkward situations, when I'm waiting somewhere and there's just one person next to me and it's like kind of awkward silence, I don't go to on my phone, right away. Or I try to, when I catch myself just picking up my phone again, I'm like, no, we're not doing this. We are enjoying this awkwardness. And you just gotta remember, when you see an attractive person, right? That's on their phone. They seem unapproachable. So when people see you, aka the attractive person, who is always on their phone, how the fuck can they approach you? Especially when you're at social events. Just go on fucking airplane mode, honey. Airplane mode for the win. And you just enjoy the present moment, okay? And nobody will think you're awkward or weird for just standing there. No. It's all up in your head. So make sure you act more out of confidence, even if that confidence is not yet real. You just gotta, embody that because you have it within you. Now we have, oh my gosh, we have the Hierophant, okay? So for some of you guys, I also feel like during the next year, you guys will start some kind of project or business or whatever where you call the shots, where you basically are the boss. There's something that you guys will really, where you will embody your Hierophant energy, your boss bitch energy. This is what I'm getting, This is very interesting. I feel like you need to be more active in jobs and more passive in relationships, okay? You need to put more action into your career and put more surrender into your love life, okay? And hold up, you guys. There is something that you will really discover, whether it's about yourself or whether it's about the world, some kind of really huge knowledge that is completely going to change the way you look at life. And this could also be about self-discovery, reading a lot of self-help books and books about spirituality, the universe, blah, 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 There's just a lot of self-awareness coming away, This is a very, very good moment for me to mention that you should definitely listen to the song Self-Aware by Queen Herbie. It is a bop, okay? It is an anthem for the confident bitches who watch my readings. So you better listen to that, okay? Because it will really raise your vibration. So, let's dive deeper. Spirit, what needs to be heard? Group number 1, additional messages. Oh my god. Okay. Hold up. So we got 2 cards. 3 of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like, and this ties into your career life. I don't know why this is coming through because, this is obviously a love reading, but it needs to be heard, So we're just gonna get into it. It's very important for you to know, group number 1, that your hard work will pay off. And you should not stop working on your dreams when a rocky path suddenly appears, Because success, it doesn't look like this, It looks like, it's like up and down and up and down. We had this message in the beginning, honey. You just gotta remember, it goes up and down and up and down. And at some point, it will go up, Excuse my nails. We are always collectively ignoring my nails on this channel, okay? Because I am always way too lazy to do that, So I really want you guys to know that whatever you're working on, and maybe you're already working on it, whatever the case is, it will pay off. It will have great success and fortune, because Wheel of Fortune, honey, the universe is basically helping you succeed. And I know for sure, like for me in the past, I always used to stop working on something the second demotivation came through. But I didn't know. up until this year that we cannot rely on motivation when we want to succeed. You know, I cannot wait for my motivation to come through when I want to do readings, when I want to record. Um, because I, especially during winter, I can be very lazy, I cannot wait for motivation to get out of bed, especially when it's cold as fuck in the morning. Like, I have to force myself to get up, you know? If I wouldn't do that, I would be laying there like for like a billion hours, but I'm not doing it. Like, I am getting up. When I wake up, I get the fuck up, and I'm not waiting for motivation. And this is the same principle you guys should follow in your career life. It's very important for you to stop waiting for motivation because it might never come. But when it comes, like when it's guaranteed to come, is when you actually start working on something that you want to do. Maybe it's a creative project. You started with no motivation, no expectations, just for the sake of doing it, right? And then I promise you, at some point, the motivation will kick in because you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I already started this without even having motivation at all, and now I feel so motivated to finish this. Stop relying on motivation to get shit done, you guys. This is not how it works. You need to be more self-disciplined. And when a rocky path suddenly appears, as I said, or like a stone is in the way or whatever, or a snake or whatever, you never know. Don't even think about returning and running away. Like, no, what the fuck? You're meant for something greater. So start whenever some kind of blockage appears within your path, work through it and keep pushing, okay? I don't want you to give up on yourselves, especially not during the during the year of 2023, okay? Don't give up on yourself, bitch, okay? So, final tarot card before we move into the oracle cards, we have the Page of Pentacles. Okay, you guys, so I also want you guys to spend more time in nature, okay? I really want you guys to spend more time in nature. If you've not been doing that, start prioritizing that. Because I get the best ideas in nature. You know how many times when I went on a long ass walk in the woods, I suddenly get like melodies or like lyrics for a song I want to write, or ideas for my channel or ideas for my business in general. It always happens in nature. Why? Because nature is really the most real and authentic and beautiful embodiment of the divine here on this earth. When you go into the woods, honey, you are inside the universe's heart chakra. It's fucking green everywhere, at least during summer and spring, right? It is very important for you to drag your ass out into nature. And as I said, do not rely on motivation for that. Just get your ass out into nature and you will feel better, okay? Yes. It's the same with cold showers. I've been taking cold showers, you guys, and it's been insane, because it's been so cold the past few weeks. But I know that when I get out of the shower, I feel reborn. I feel amazing. So I continue doing it, This is the mentality you guys need to have. And also, I'm not saying that I'm a saint, because I definitely need to embody more of that energy as well, But just so you know, you're not alone, and we can do this, We just gotta be more disciplined. So, final messages for you guys. What needs to come through, Spirit, for group number 1's relationship life? We have the card Enchanted Forest, mystery, magic, and excitement. As I said, get your ass out into nature, you guys. And now we have the Enchanted Forest here, okay? So, there's a lot of magic coming your way. And I also feel like my intuition is telling me with this beautiful full moon and the hearts flowing just out of the light. You might meet your next person, your next lover. You might actually meet them on a full moon. But this is different for everyone, because it is not meant for one person, this reading, right? So just take what resonates. But keep in mind, you might actually meet them around the time of a full moon, For me personally, I usually have, when I'm dating, like just dating around, going on dates, like I have very interesting dates around the time of the full moon. Like it always seems to be the most interesting when I go on dates on the full moon, okay? So this is the energy I'm getting for you guys. So keep an eye out, keep your heart open for, love, and just know that you are worth fighting for, okay? And this is just what I got as well. So interesting. So final message for you. Ooh. Ooh, we have the night wind, okay? Facing fear, subconscious release, and healing. Full moon and night, this is kind of giving me the energy that you might actually, as I said, like meet someone during the full moon, or you might meet at night time or something when it's dark. I don't know why I'm getting this, okay? I don't know how the fuck to put these cards. Okay, now it looks good. You might meet someone at nighttime. Like there's this nighttime surrounding your relationship life during the year ahead, okay? And this could also be about, as the cards suggest, facing your fear, subconscious release, and healing. Heal your attachment style. Look into what attachment style you have. Are you securely attached? Are you avoidantly attached? Are you anxiously attached? That was the case for me in the past. I was very anxiously attached and I always tried chasing everybody, especially the people I dated, So just ask yourself, what kind of attachment style do you have? Because that self-awareness will lead you towards healing, you guys, okay? For me personally, when I found out and when I started reading about this, attachment style kind of like stuff. And I'm mentioning this because it's really important to me and it helped me heal tremendously. Like I'm not even over-exaggerating here, okay? Please learn about your attachment style, you guys. And maybe if you're lucky, you actually have a secure attachment style and your love life is very healthy, But if you feel like and obviously I'm not a therapist, I must mention, obviously I'm not a therapist, but this is speaking from personal experience, this is what helped me start learning about your attachment style, okay? Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. So, group number 1, that was your reading. Thank you so much for listening. I so enjoyed having you here. It's like you were actually sitting here. No, but I love you so much. And let me know if this resonates. Like, how did this make you feel? What's the overall energy? What do you wish to attract during the year ahead? Like, what's going on, Feel free to share and to let me know, your story. Like, what you're going through, how this resonated, how this tied in with your story, blah, 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 right? Anyway, so I'm gonna go now. I love you very much, and I will see you on my next one. Bye. Hello, group number 2. Welcome to your reading. Thank you so much for being here. So let's find out what you guys can expect to come your way in your love life, what the overall energies are in your romantic/relationship life during the year ahead, 2023. I cannot believe I'm saying this, okay? We have come so freaking far. Oh my gosh, okay? So, we are starting off your reading with the card Mercury retrograde. And as I'm filming this, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we are already in the shadow period of Mercury retrograde. So, divine alignment, honeys. So I feel like with this energy, I feel like with this energy, especially this year, or if you're already watching this in 23, with this year, I mean 2022, right? There has been a lot of blockages, a lot of miscommunication, a lot of instability when it comes to your relationships, I feel like, because Mercury retrograde, it's like, Mercury retrograde is not as bad or evil or crazy as it seems because we have so many Mercury retrogrades every year, right? Like it's not something unusual. And in the spiritual community, it often seems like people are, people say Mercury retrograde is the root of all evil. No, honey, it's just part of the cosmic energy. It's part of the astrological flow. It's normal, And honestly, not a lot happens during Mercury retrograde. It's just like there's a lot of, um, kind of like tense energy or like miscommunication when it comes to, relationships or traveling or especially electronics, that sort of stuff. But it's nothing serious. It's nothing deep. I don't know why this just came through, this message, but some of you guys needed to hear it. Like, don't dramatize Mercury retrograde. It's nothing bad. Like, it's literally just a retrograde, right? And it's very easy to actually work with it instead of working against it. So the next Mercury retrograde that comes around, honey, I want you to stop seeing it as a bad thing and actually see it as a thing that's working in your favor, because it does have some positive aspects as well. So that's on that. But I feel like with this Mercury retrograde energy starting off your reading, there may have been some kind of like miscommunication, just events not really working out as you wanted them to, especially this year in regards to your relationships. I also feel like you might have actually met someone overseas or like in another country or city, and that communication or like that connection might have been lost, okay? Okay? And this is just for some of you, because I don't want to hold back. I feel like if you really met someone from another country, from another town, whatever, this person is still thinking about you from time to time, okay? Now, that doesn't mean that you should get your hopes up and like, wait for them or something. This is literally just a message that came through. So please take it completely neutral. I just felt like it needed to be heard, Like, this person didn't forget you. They think about the good time you may have had in the past. But, with these love messages, I don't want to give you false hope or something, I just wanted to let you guys know that this person is still thinking about you because you're very great, because you are basically unforgettable. And this might not even just be one person. It could be multiple persons from the past who are really like, to this day, still think about you and your energy, because you are unforgettable, honey, okay? You have this certain energy and flow and presence that really is remarkable and that people really cannot easily get rid of. So if you are someone, as of right now, who's easily putting themselves down, making themselves small, this is your friendly reminder that you are fucking magical, okay? So I want you guys to stop doubting yourself. And if somebody basically, went away from you or like didn't treat you like the god or goddess you are, it's their loss, okay? Because you really have so much to bring to the table. Like, you are the fucking table, So I just want you guys to know that you're amazing, okay? And like, whatever happened in the past, whatever might have stolen your self-esteem, get that self-esteem back, because you are incredible, okay? Like, please, don't let your self-esteem and confidence depend on other people. And I know it's so hard, but we really must learn this in this lifetime, to not be dependent on other people's opinions of us, Like, we just gotta embrace our true authentic self, and that is when we attract the right people, because authenticity equals confidence, and authenticity equals love, and that is what people find the most attractive, when you embrace yourself authentically. So, with that being said, let's dive into your tarot cards and see what needs to be heard. But you guys, I need to address this one last time, okay? Whatever persons you might have dealt with in the past, excuse me. Also, you guys really need to work on your throat chakra, I'm not gonna lie. It is not for no reason that I'm having these throat issues while I'm speaking right now. Like, you really gotta, cleanse that motherfucker right quick, okay? Please. But you need to really stop grieving over the past and asking all the what ifs. What if this would have gone differently? Well, honey, the past is the past. You cannot change it, you know? Why do you not focus on being okay and calm and collected in the present moment and be excited for the future? There's nothing for you to find in the past. Stop looking back, you know? And this doesn't mean that you shouldn't heal past old wounds, this is something completely different. But stop running after the past because you cannot get it back. And most likely, people from the past who you still kind of like and you want them back, they may never come. They may never come back. You might never see them again. And you gotta be okay with that. And this is a tough pill to swallow, But you guys need to hear this. How can you be open for love if you continuously focus on the past? There's nothing for you to find there. Healing past wounds, amazing. Keep doing it. But chasing the past and wishing for the past to come back will not make you happy and at peace within yourself, because then you are ignoring the present moment and you are ignoring the possibilities of the future, which are so great. So rather focus on being okay within the present moment and be excited about the future, Like sometimes I get these bursts of excitement when I think about my future, because I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm so excited. Like which people will come, like suddenly appear on my path? Where will I live? Where will I travel? This is my 4 planets in Sagittarius speaking. Like I just love the excitement and possibilities of the future. Focus on that, you guys. Because the past, if you continuously only focus on that, it only makes you depressive. Do you want that? No. There's so much excitement in the future. Trust me, okay? Trust me. So, let's dive deeper and see what you guys need to hear. So, we have the Page of Cups here, okay? So, in order for you to really be open for, healthy collections healthy connections within your romantic life during the year ahead, it is very important to set the record straight with your inner child. Because your inner child, it's basically the foundation of your whole life in every area of your life, If you have an unhealthy relationship with your inner child, it shows in relationships, especially in relationships, friendships, any kind of relationships. And it also shows in your career. It basically shows everywhere. So make sure your first priority should be your inner child. Because your inner child is the past you, You in your first years in this lifetime, that is your inner child. And it is still within you. It is the foundation. So make sure you befriend your inner child. And the thing is, as I always like to say, I'm quoting a friend here, because she was like, the inner child is pretty stupid, And we gotta show them that it is necessary to choose healthy relationships instead of unhealthy relationships. Because especially if the inner child has been traumatized in the past by emotionally unavailable parents or by narcissistic parents, the inner child is like, it was so traumatized to a point where it now still thinks that it has to choose these partners. So, obviously I'm not a therapist, I'm just speaking with intuition and my experience here, right? So only really take what resonates, right? But make sure to realize your patterns. Are you always attracting narcissists? Maybe it's not the problem of those people, right? Obviously, you want to stay away from narcissists. But maybe at some point you gotta realize it is your pattern, Don't be like, oh my gosh, the universe is always giving me a narcissist. Honey, you are deciding to spend your time with narcissists. You are deciding to let a lot of things slide because your inner child doesn't know the difference between a healthy partner and an unhealthy partner. You really need to bust your own ass, You need to realize your own unhealthy patterns, you know? And don't blame it on God or the universe for always like giving you unhealthy relationships. Honey, it's up to you. It's literally up to you, you know? If you see red flags on the first date and decide to stay, that's on you. You know, you really gotta be more self-aware and mindful when it comes to your relationships, okay? And really, really do the inner child work, because the inner child, they're still stuck in the past, maybe, you know? And they think that unhealthy relationships are the only thing that will save them, when in reality, no, you know? It only breaks you down. Do you want that? No. So it's now up to you to start this healing journey, you know? To start attracting healthy partners, because it is what you deserve. It is what you need. You need to start showing the inner child that you actually prefer healthy relationships with emotionally available people, you know? And that takes time and patience, strength, and a lot of self-discipline, you know? So I've been thinking about even diving deeper into inner child work, so I might do a video on it very soon, or even more, but you know, shh, it's a secret. You just really gotta set the record straight and make the inner child realize that it's worthy of healthy love. Because you guys, I really feel like, you know, group number 2, you are very easily able to choose the wrong partners, and that needs to change. And when you change that, now that I'm telling you this, you're already aware of what's going on internally. And that is the first step and the most important step towards healing it. So during the year of 2023, you guys, I would not be surprised if your relationship life looked completely different and more healthy than in the past, you know? But start doing the inner child work. Now, I quickly want to mention, you can, you know, read a lot of books about inner child work. You can listen to podcasts. Like, literally, there are so many great videos and podcasts, you know, like YouTube University is fucking free. Like, you know, you just go on YouTube and search for the topic you want to learn about, and that is free. So don't act like you don't have the options to heal, because you do, you know? Obviously, a therapist is always the greatest thing, like highly recommend, you know, because therapy helps the most, but you can already do so much yourself. So much. You can meditate, you can, you know, become self-aware with journaling. You can learn about those subjects on YouTube for free. Like, hello? You literally have the whole world at your fucking fingertips, you guys. So, let's dive deeper and see what's coming your way in your love life the year ahead, next year. 9 of Wands, okay? This is giving me the energy that you are really about to embark on this new journey where you will, step by step, peel back layers from your old limiting beliefs and negative self-thinking and thinking overall, right? You are peeling back those layers. You are diving deep. You are doing the shadow work. You are doing great shadow work, you guys. You know? And, hold up. Oh my gosh, sorry. This, excuse me. I just basically pulled my camera away. Hold up. I want you guys to know, because we also have the 6 of Wands here and the Star. It is not going to be easy, you know? You really need to prove yourself that you are capable of healing, because you are. You need to show the inner child, honey, we are capable of healing all those past wounds. It's not going to be easy, but the success is guaranteed if you continue staying disciplined. If you continue meditating, you know, regularly, maybe even daily, you know, if you continue journaling, if you continue learning about your inner wounds. The year ahead is really gonna be a time where you will ask yourself, like, how's my relationship with my family? What needs to be healed? How's my relationship with my friends? What needs to be healed? How's the relationship with romantic partners? What needs to be healed? How is my relationship with money? What needs to be healed? Because at the end of the day, everything is connected, you know? How do you view yourself? What do you love about yourself? What do you wish to evolve and grow out of? All of that, becoming more self-aware, is going to lead you somewhere beautiful. It will be painful from time to time because healing is not soft, you guys. But it will be so worth it because we have the star here. We have the star closing your tarot reading. You know? And I will get into a couple more oracle cards, don't you worry. But you need to realize that you are worthy of healing and you need to heal because you don't want to go on like this. You don't want to continuously attract bad things in life and then blame it on the universe. No. You got to take responsibility and accountability. You need to hold yourself accountable this time, you guys. Stop playing the victim mode. And I know this sounds so harsh and I'm coming from a place of love, but it's so important, you guys, because you are in charge of your life. You are in charge of your life. And it's time to realize that. So if you're unhappy about something, you are in complete control over it. Okay? And it's time for you to change in such a beautiful way. It's time for you. Because those old patterns of behaving and thinking and all of that, it's just not meant for you anymore. You're meant for something greater. Okay? So, let's dive deeper with the Oracle deck. Spirit, what needs to be heard? What needs to be heard? Group number 2, what needs to be heard? What needs to be heard? Sacred Earth Mother, a message of love. Okay? Make sure you guys start working on your heart chakra. It's very important. There, as I said, YouTube University, it's free. You can look up heart chakra frequencies, you know, on YouTube, like meditative sounds, and just meditate with it. It's free. Take advantage of the free healing tools that are all around you, you know? And this is also a gentle message to connect more with Mother Nature, okay? To spend more time in her womb, you know, aka her forests or mountains or oceans, whatever, wherever you live close by, you know, spend more time in nature. It's very important for you. I also see you guys really bringing light to your shadows. There's a lot of shadow work that you guys will do. And it's like the second you start doing this internal healing, this new light will suddenly come to the surface and illuminate a shit ton of your life areas, okay? You know? It's like you are the light. You need to realize that you are the light, you know? You are not something broken. You are the light. You want to know why? Because you are fully capable of healing yourself and transforming all the darkness you may have within yourself into light. You are light. At your essence, you are light. You are sacred and you are divine, and it's time for you to fucking realize that, okay? Oh my gosh. So, final messages for group number 2, Spirit. What else here? Oh my fucking god, that was fast. Hold up. What needs to come through? Ooh! So we have the card Thinking of You, a loving thought, serendipity. And we have this message at the beginning of your reading, you know? Someone is thinking about you. Maybe even from the past. And then I cannot ignore this, you guys. We have the message. So this person might actually reach out to you. But also, as I said in the beginning, I don't want you to wait for someone or get your hopes up. Because this is for so many people, you know? So really take what resonates and I don't want to give you like false hope or something. I'm very careful with these love messages because, as I said, You know, like I used to watch love readings all the time, and then I would be disappointed if something of that didn't come true. So always take this with a grain of salt, you know? But I really am getting that someone from the past will reach out to you. Like, I cannot ignore this. For some of you guys, you know, not for everyone, but for some of you. Somebody from the past, they're thinking of you and they're trying to come through with a freaking message, okay? So that's on that. But this is also, you know, overall, group number two, this energy is truly confirmation that there are a lot of people who will come through during the year ahead. And you are basically on so many people's minds because you are just so energetically and physically attractive. And as I said, you're unforgettable, basically. And these people will come through because you are basically focusing on yourself, your own healing process, and people find that so fucking attractive, okay? So, group number two, that was your reading. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, for sharing the space with me. I love doing this reading for you. Let me know if this resonates, like what the overall energies are for you, and what you're currently experiencing, and what resonated with you the most, blah, 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 all of that. I'd love to hear from you. And yeah, I will wish you a beautiful day and year ahead. And I love you so much. Bye. All right, hello, group number three. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're doing well. So let's find out what you can expect to come your way in your love life during the year ahead, 2023. Okay. It's gonna be very spicy, so buckle up and let's just get started, okay? So we're starting off your reading with a card, Black Moon Lilith Mystery. So I want you guys to know that as of right now, and you might already notice it, you know, you might already feel it, that you are already consciously doing it, but you guys are taking your power back and your strength, okay? Because Black Moon Lilith, right? Lilith is such a beautiful, strong, powerful, feminine energy. Let me read this out of the booklet from this oracle deck to you, okay? Throughout the ages, Lilith was demonized. She was the first spiritual upstart, but in recent years her status has changed. Lilith is a feminine force of command and strength. She represents the powers we hold in secret. I feel like group number three, you might be someone who is either loved or hated by people. Like, very often, like, there's no in between, you know? And I can relate to this, like, you know, especially with my channel. I have a lot of people that really appreciate me and love me, which I'm so grateful for. But then I have some people lurking in the comments who get offended because I curse so much, or who just don't really resonate or like my energy, you know? And it's very important to be okay with that, you know? When people either love or basically hate you, right? Because actually, that shows strength within you, that shows something good within you, because you are embracing yourself authentically, right? People who embrace themselves authentically are more hated by or feared by others, you know? Because we gotta remember, hate, it doesn't really stem from, you know, just hating someone because why the hell not? It comes from fear, right? People fear you. People fear when they see somebody who is like embracing them unconditionally, authentically, right? This is you. Maybe in the past, you really like took people's opinions to your heart, right? But now you realize, oh my gosh, I'm great. I have so much strength. I am powerful. You became friends with your shadow side, and not many people can do this. But you did. And people find that extremely powerful and attractive, and people who are not on your frequency, who are not grown up, right? They see your level of authenticity and power and mystery, right? As a threat. They think you're fucking scary. But this is actually a good thing because with this energy, with you holding yourself with all this power, you are actively purging away people from your life that are not serving you. You know, you are actively doing that. You are creating space for your power, for your strength. And let me tell you, there are so many people who look up to you for that. There has been a crazy shift in your confidence. You hold yourself differently, maybe even started dressing yourself differently. Maybe you changed up your whole physical aesthetic, you know? Maybe you got completely different hair now, like completely different choice of aesthetics and clothing style, like something like that. You just completely did a whole 180, you know? And people are either really loving it or they're afraid of you because they think they could never do the same, right? So, I also want you guys to know in your love life, you will attract the right partners if you continue staying true and authentic with yourself. Don't change for anyone like you did in the past. You know, you were like a freaking octopus, you know? Like you were or like chameleon, like you were matching the colors of your significant other. That is not okay. Okay? You always gotta stay authentic and true to yourself. Don't always try to match energies. Like, no, shine your light. Stop matching energies. You know, show those people that it is okay to be authentic, even in an environment that really encourages you to just be like other people. Like, no, shine your fucking light, honey. So, let's dive into your tarot. Oh my gosh, let's dive into your tarot cards. So, Queen of Cups. You guys are really leveling up emotionally like crazy. What the hell? I see so much power within you because we have Lilith and the Queen of Cups. You are so fucking powerful, you guys, okay? What the hell? Like, you just know your power. And I feel like really, as of right now, finally, after all these years, you realize your worth and you're like, damn, like, I deserve the best of the best. I will never, ever lower my level just to meet somebody at their level, ever again. Like, no. You started raising your standards, and Spirit is very proud of you for doing that. Okay? You really started raising your standards and you know what you deserve now. Also, maybe consider getting into sound healing, okay? Whether it's like meditative frequencies on YouTube, I talked about this in the last group, or, you know, like actually like, wait, let me show you. Singing bowl stuff, right? Who knows? Like, I feel like it might lead you to some more deep inner healing. Like, there's something with sound, or maybe you guys are being encouraged to be more musical, you know, like to create music, to sing, to play some kind of instrument, you know? Like, you are being encouraged to connect with your sounds, with your singing, with music, whatever. I don't know why I just got this, but it's gonna bring you a lot of joy and it's gonna make you see more clearly, group number 3, okay? So if you are basically on the hunt for more clarity in your life, make more music, create more art in general, but for most of you, group number 3, it's really music. Listen to songs that uplift your spirit and stop always listening to songs that bring you down, you know? Stop that. Listen to some stuff that really, really encourages you. You know? I might share my high vibe playlist in the description box, you know? If you are interested in seeing that, just let me know down in the comments and I'll just link it to you. It's very important for you guys to listen to more high vibe stuff, to consume more high vibe stuff that is actually bringing you in such a good state, you know, in a good mental state. You know, like if you always watch those depressing, dramatic Netflix shows or listen to those depressive as fuck sounds, that is not adding to your happiness, you know? So just make sure to choose what you consume mindfully. And I know you guys, like, sometimes it is what it is. Like, we just gotta, sometimes we want to consume the bad stuff. Like, honestly, it's human nature, because our entire, like, basically past, when, like, our entire DNA and being is kind of like still, there's a lot of fear involved in it, because in the past, I'm talking like many fucking years ago, when we were living in caves and like hunting down animals, we were relying on fear, right? Because if we didn't have that fear, when, for example, suddenly a bear would come into our cave and kill our family, right? Um, if we didn't have fear, we wouldn't have protected ourselves, right? But we had that. We needed to depend on that fear. So it's still kind of like in our DNA. I hope I'm still making sense, you guys. Um, and I really do feel like this is just my personal opinion. I never really read this anywhere. But I feel like naturally we are attractive to stuff that sometimes can put us in fight or flight mode, That is why all of these very like scary or like very dramatic Netflix shows or songs or whatever, they are really appealing to us, Because it's kind of like in our history, in our ancestral line. Because in the past we really used to depend on fear, but just make sure to not overdo it, Like those emotions obviously are a part of life, but why would you like consciously continue adding to that, Like you don't need to, you know? Oh gosh, I hope I'm making sense. I just felt like sharing this with you. Sagittarius energy. So, let's say, oh my gosh, that was so fast. Hello. Okay, let's see what we have. We have the Seven of Swords, you guys. As I said, you live in such a fearful state. What is going on? You are putting your energy into places and situations and like anything, whatever, where you're not meant to put that energy into, you know? Like, ask yourself, what is it that you are continuously indulging in that is really not serving your happiness? You know? Is it a Netflix show? You guys, let me tell you, this whole year, the only thing I've really been watching is Gilmore Girls. Like, I'm just rewatching it at this point. And I'm really like keeping myself away from all of these like negative and dramatic and fear-based type of like shows or movies. And as I said, like sometimes it's okay to indulge, like we're only human, right? But don't overdo it. Like my life has been kind of more peaceful, I noticed, when I don't drink coffee, when I only watch lighthearted shows and content on YouTube and all of that, when I make sure that everything I consume aligns with my happiness. So really ask yourself, what does not align with your happiness and what does? And what would align with your happiness and peace? And start incorporating more of that. Because there's some sneaky as fuck energy coming into your energy field here, which I don't really like. And that energy is like, from things you've been consuming. You know? Like, don't be surprised if you start being more fearful, if you continue consuming stuff that is just full of fear and bullshit, right? So make sure to just really be mindful about that, okay? So let's see. We also, oh my gosh, you guys, hello. Who the fuck is this? The lovers. I love that so much, you guys. Oh my god. Because this is also a love reading, and I'm just like, wow, okay. Let's get a clarifier on that before we get into this. Spirit, what else needs to be heard? What needs to be heard? So we have the lovers and the hermit. What I want you guys to know is that, and this is hard, I feel like, I'm kind of getting emotional over this, but group number 3, you have this energy, as I mentioned in the beginning, this Lilith kind of energy. Many times in your life, many periods in your lifetime, you are basically alone. You are, kind of like almost pushed to be comfortable with being by yourself. Maybe in the past you really spent a lot of time alone. Maybe even in your childhood. Maybe your parents weren't really there for you, or maybe they weren't even alive. Like, I don't know who's watching this. You know, it's different for all of you, but it's like you were very alone in the past, and you may still be, because we gotta remember, people like us who are very, very authentic and one of a kind, we are not part of the masses. You know, we are the black sheep in the sea of white sheep, right? And it is kind of like part of our destiny to be comfortable with being alone with ourselves. Because you guys, I'm telling you, like, I can just smell it, you guys. Like, in the past, ever since you were born, basically, you met people and you were like, yeah, well, they're kind, but nobody really gets me. Nobody is really on my level. Nobody is really seeing the world like I do. No one is really on my frequency. And in the past, it really hurt you because you felt really lonely, and you might still struggle with this. You might still feel like you're completely alone, you know? And like there's no one out there for you, and you're doomed to die alone. Well, honey, guess what? We all die alone. You know, like, this isn't meant to sound in a bad way, but obviously we all die alone. But I can promise you that during this lifetime, you will find the right people for you. You will find the love you have been hoping to find. Okay? And I promise you that love you will find the second you start being comfortable with being alone. Because some of you guys might actually have a lot of trouble being alone, you know? So learn how to live with yourself, by yourself, and start shifting it into something peaceful and comfortable and beautiful. Personally, I kind of am extroverted, I guess. I love people. I love hanging out with people most of the time, you know. Sometimes it drains me, but it's like, you know, high sensitivity shit. But I also love being alone. I love traveling alone. I love sleeping alone in my bed. It's just, it's amazing, right? The second you start being more comfortable with being alone, the right people will come into your life. This is something you need to learn first. And this might sound a little bit harsh, but I want you guys to know it, you know, to just know that it's okay and safe for you to be alone. Because you will not end up alone in this lifetime. As I said, everyone dies alone, but that doesn't mean that we will live alone. Because you will most certainly not. There are people in your life who are destined to come into your life. You know? People who are on your wavelength, on your frequency. This is divinely guided. Okay? You may meet someone during the year ahead, and it's gonna feel so divinely guided and just like so random and coincidental. Is that a word? I'm not sure. Maybe. Where you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, like this was such divine intervention. I cannot believe this is happening. You know? But also make sure to not push anyone away. I feel like group number 3, you might have a tendency to be avoidant in your relationships, just for some of you, not for everyone. You might either be like anxiously attached or avoidant, but for most of you, I feel like you might really be avoidant. But as I said, it's a general reading. Not everything has to resonate with you. Just take what resonates, but make sure to not push the right connections away because you're scared of getting hurt, you know? You can indulge in those relationships and still have a boundary, right? But it's important for you to be open for it. Because the right people will start showing up in your life next year. And you're gonna ask yourself, are you ready for this? Like, are you open for this, okay? And really notice your behavior and don't run away from something that deep down really feels right, you know? Because I'm really getting the sense that you have the tendency to run away from things that are good to you. And this might be a trauma response, you know? Um, but also, obviously, I'm not a therapist, so just, take this with a grain of salt. But I really do feel like you need to bust your own ass and like expose your own patterns, you know? If you always run away when things are just getting good with someone, there's some healing that you guys need to do, okay? But also not judging you, because everyone has their past, everyone has their trauma, you know, whether it's small, whether it's medium, whether it's thick as fuck, like who knows, right? But you just gotta be gentle with yourself and allow yourself to come out of fight and flight and survival mode every once in a while, you know, because you don't need to be in it. Not everyone is out here to hurt you. Just because your parents hurt you as a child, just because the people who surrounded you hurt you as a child, you know, when you were a child, doesn't mean that everyone is out to get you. It doesn't mean that everyone is gonna hurt you. And as I like to say, I think I literally mentioned this in every single group here in the reading, but as my friend said once, the inner child is stupid. So we gotta teach it that not everyone is gonna hurt us, like our parents or parental figures or, legal guardians, whatever, or people from the past are gonna hurt us. Because no, like not everyone is a bad person, not everyone is a narcissist. So, group number 3, final messages for you. Bam. Reflection, illusion, self-examination, and distortion. You guys are really, really on the path of healing this, because you are starting to reflect on yourselves and your patterns, you know? And it is basically gonna strip the illusion away that you are meant to die alone. Group number 3, did you have an emo phase as a teenager? Like where you fully in on like dyeing your hair black and like eyeliner and whatever, nobody gets me, I will die alone, let me smoke this cigarette right quick type of stuff. I feel like this might have been you. Which, well, it was me, except the cigarettes. But that was definitely me, you know, because I was like, oh, no one gets me and blah, blah, blah. And then I kind of like, as I got older, I kind of like entered my golden retriever years, you know, suddenly I had blonde hair and I always had a smile on my face, which was very unusual, you know, people were like, what the hell happened to this bitch? But I feel like, you know, you just gotta really do some self-reflection, because I feel like you might still be thinking like this emo self of yours from the past that's like, no one gets me, I will die alone, I will never find true love because I'm unworthy, blah 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 blah. Shut the fuck up, honey, okay? You deep down, you know you have power and you deserve to you're worthy of true love, right? So, final message. What needs to come through? Bam, bitch. Okay, we have card number 1, Tree of Life, fertility, creativity, destiny, and magical blessings. Oh my god, you guys. Okay, I'm hyped for you. Expect magic to come the fuck through. Okay? Oh my gosh, also we have, sorry, I just cannot ignore this flew out as well. We have the card Harmony, power, self-confidence, and productivity. You guys are so freaking powerful, you know? And as I said, you might have had the tendency in the past to push people away because you are so powerful, right? But during the year ahead, you will make it work for you to invite higher love kind of like connections that are on your frequency, because you realize your self-worth and power, you know? And with this Tree of Life here, I feel like you might also start becoming more creative, creating more, because creativity essentially is such a healing tool and it will help us grow so much. Look at yourself like the Tree of Life. You are the tree. Like maybe you guys played Animal Crossing in the past. Animal Crossing New Leaf, my absolutely favorite game ever. And basically, like what you would do in the game, like you have this small town that you would run as mayor, right? And the town had this town plaza basically. And on this like place, you know, on this plaza kind of thing, um, there was a tree in the center. And as you continuously worked on the town and made it pretty and made it beautiful and blah, 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 you know, your job as mayor, the tree started growing, right? This is kind of like how I see your 2023 because you are doing so much growth, especially with creativity, you guys. Creativity will make your inner Animal Crossing tree grow, basically, right? You will learn a lot about yourself when it comes to creativity, group number 3, okay? So make sure to, you know, maybe even read The Artist's Way, something like that, you know? Or like have artist dates with yourself where you just allow yourself to be unconditionally creative. Stuff like that. There's really a lot of healing happening for you when it comes to creativity, okay? So that's on that. Group number 3. That was your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for listening. Let me know if this resonates. I would love to know. Just thank you so much for sharing the space with me. It means the world to me. And I wish you a beautiful 2023. And I cannot wait to welcome you in my next reading. Bye.